This halacha is dedicated Lirfuah Shelema Yosef ben Camilla. On years during which Tisha B'Av falls out on Motsae Shabbat, such as this year, 5781, there are three opinions among the Rishonim regarding how Havdala should be recited on a cup of wine on Motsae Shabbat. The first opinion is that of the Geonim, who write that one should recite Havdala only at the conclusion of the fast, that is Sunday night, before sitting down to eat. The second opinion is that of the author of the Sefer HaManhig, who writes that one should recite Havdala on Motsae Shabbat and have a child who is not obligated to fast drink the wine. The third opinion is that of the Ramban, who writes that Havdala is not recited at all. For the Gemara Masechet Brachot writes that originally Havdala was instituted as part of the Arvit prayer. The Jewish nation then became wealthy, and the rabbis enacted that it be recited over a cup of wine. However, on the night of Tisha B'Av, which falls out on Motsae Shabbat, the entire Jewish nation is considered utterly destitute, poor. The poskim discuss the varying opinions of the Rishonim at length. Maran HaShulchan Aruch rules in accordance with the opinion of the Geonim, the first opinion, that Havdalah should be recited at the conclusion of the fast. And we rule in accordance with Maran. We therefore customarily recite Havdalah at the conclusion of the fast, essentially breaking our fast on wine. Nevertheless, immediately at the onset of the fast on Motsae Shabbat, although Havdalah is not recited on a cup of wine, one must still recite Baruch HaMavdil ben Kodesh Lechol in order to make it permissible to do any work. The bracha of Boreh Mineh Besamim is not recited on a fragrant object at the conclusion of Tisha B'Av, for fragrant objects are not brought to a mourner's home since they are meant for pleasure. The same applies on Tisha B'Av, and Maran HaShulchan Aruch rules the same way. One must recite the bracha of Boreh Meoreh Ha'esh on a candle on Motsae Shabbat, which coincides with Tisha B'Av. It is customary for the rabbi or the hazan to recite this blessing in the synagogue before the reading of Echa, although there are those who disagree with that. Women who do not attend synagogue on Motsae Shabbat must recite the bracha Boreh Meoreh Ha'esh on a candle at home. Someone who is ill, who must eat on Tisha B'Av, must first recite Havdalah on a cup of wine before eating on Tisha B'Av, because he can't eat after Shabbat has ended until he performed Havdalah. The ill individual must therefore recite Havdalah on a cup of wine or grape juice, and drink it as one would on any Motsae Shabbat. An ill individual reciting Havdalah on a cup of wine may do so on behalf of the members of his household, as he would on any Motsae Shabbat, as they will fulfill their obligation of hearing Havdalah, although they are fasting and the fast has not yet ended.